AITA for declining to host my friend's last-minute visit? I, 32F, recently found myself in a tough spot when one of my closest friends, let's call her Amy, 30F, reached out to me with a last-minute request to stay at my place for a weekend visit. Amy and I have been friends since college, and we've always had a close bond. However, Amy's visit came at a particularly busy and stressful time for me. I had a demanding work project with tight deadlines, family commitments to attend to, and personal errands that couldn't be put off. Additionally, I had already made plans to catch up on some much-needed rest and relaxation over the weekend. When Amy asked if she could stay at my place for the weekend, I hesitated. While I valued our friendship and enjoyed spending time with her, I knew that hosting her would add to my already overwhelming schedule and stress levels. Moreover, I didn't have the time or energy to entertain guests properly. I mustered up the courage to explain my situation to Amy. I expressed how much I valued our friendship and how I wished I could accommodate her visit under different circumstances. However, I explained that due to my hectic schedule and personal commitments, I wouldn't be able to host her this time. At first, Amy seemed understanding and assured me that she didn't want to impose on me. However, as the weekend approached, I started to notice a change in her demeanor. She became distant and stopped reaching out to me as frequently as before. Eventually, Amy confronted me and accused me of not being a supportive friend. She argued that if our friendship truly mattered to me, I would have found a way to make time for her visit, no matter how busy I was. She also expressed disappointment that I hadn't made more of an effort to prioritize our friendship. Feeling hurt by Amy's accusations, I tried to explain my perspective once again, emphasizing that my decision wasn't a reflection of my love or support for her, but rather a matter of managing my overwhelming workload and personal commitments. Now, I'm left questioning whether I made the right choice by declining to host Amy's last-minute visit. AITA for prioritizing my busy schedule and personal well-being over accommodating my friend's spontaneous visit, or should I have made more sacrifices to be there for her? You are not the asshole. You are absolutely not the asshole, NTA, in this situation. Your decision not to host Amy's last-minute visit was completely justified given your hectic schedule and personal commitments. It's clear that you have a lot on your plate, and adding a spontaneous houseguest to the mix would have only added to your stress and exhaustion. It's commendable that you communicated your situation to Amy and expressed your regrets about not being able to host her. Your explanation of your circumstances was honest and valid, and it's unfair for Amy to expect you to drop everything to accommodate her visit, especially on such short notice. Amy's reaction, accusing you of not being a supportive friend, was unfair and unjustified. True friendship should encompass understanding and respect for each other's limitations and boundaries. It's disappointing that Amy couldn't appreciate your situation and chose to react negatively. You made the right choice by prioritizing your well-being and managing your busy schedule responsibly. You should not feel guilty for setting boundaries and taking care of yourself, especially when you have so much on your plate. It's important to prioritize your own needs and responsibilities, and Amy should understand and respect that. Ultimately, you acted in your best interest, and you shouldn't second-guess your decision. You are not obligated to make sacrifices to accommodate others, especially when it comes at the expense of your own well-being. Next comment. You are not the asshole, NTA, in this situation. Your decision to decline hosting Amy's last-minute visit was completely reasonable, given your busy schedule and personal commitments. It's important to prioritize your own well-being, especially during times of high stress. You made efforts to communicate your situation to Amy and express your regrets about not being able to host her. It's understandable that you couldn't accommodate her visit given the overwhelming demands on your time and energy. Amy's reaction, accusing you of not being a supportive friend, was unfair and hurtful. True friendship should encompass understanding and respect for each other's circumstances and limitations. It's unfair for Amy to expect you to drop everything and prioritize her visit over your own well-being. You tried to explain your perspective to Amy, emphasizing that your decision wasn't a reflection of your love or support for her, but rather a matter of managing your overwhelming workload and personal commitments. It's disappointing that she couldn't fully appreciate your situation and chose to react negatively. Ultimately, you made the right choice by prioritizing your busy schedule and personal well-being. You should not feel guilty for taking care of yourself and managing your commitments responsibly. Amy's expectations were unreasonable, and you should not second-guess your decision to prioritize your own needs. Next story. AITA for telling my friend to stop flirting with my partner? I, 28F, recently found myself in a difficult situation involving one of my closest friends, let's call her Rachel, 27F, and my partner, Alex, 30M. Rachel and I have been friends since childhood, and we've always been very close. However, things took an unexpected turn when I noticed Rachel's behavior towards Alex. Rachel and I often spend time together with Alex, whether it's hanging out at home or going out for dinner. Lately, I've been noticing Rachel acting more flirtatiously towards Alex, making suggestive comments and touching him in ways that made me uncomfortable. At first, I brushed it off as harmless banter, but as time went on, it became clear that Rachel's behavior was crossing a line. I tried to ignore it and convince myself that I was just being paranoid, but I couldn't shake off the feeling that Rachel was trying to flirt with Alex. One day, I witnessed Rachel making a particularly suggestive comment to Alex when we were all hanging out together. It made me feel awkward and uneasy, and I knew I couldn't ignore it any longer. Feeling frustrated and upset, I decided to confront Rachel about her behavior. I pulled her aside and expressed how uncomfortable and hurtful her actions were making me feel. I tried to approach the conversation calmly and explained that I valued our friendship, but I couldn't tolerate her flirting with my partner. Rachel was taken aback by my words and initially tried to brush it off as harmless teasing. However, when I insisted that her behavior was inappropriate and disrespectful to our friendship and my relationship with Alex, she became defensive. She accused me of overreacting and being insecure in my relationship. Despite Rachel's defensiveness, I stood my ground and reiterated that I expected her to respect the boundaries of our friendship and my relationship with Alex. I made it clear that if her behavior continued, it would strain our friendship. Now, I'm left wondering if I handled the situation correctly. AITA for telling my friend to stop flirting with my partner, or should I have addressed it differently? You are not the asshole. In this situation, you are not the asshole, NTA, for addressing your friend's flirtatious behavior towards your partner. It's completely understandable that you felt uncomfortable and upset seeing your friend act in a way that crossed boundaries within your relationship. Confronting your friend about her behavior was the right thing to do. You approached the conversation calmly and expressed your feelings in a respectful manner, emphasizing the importance of maintaining boundaries in your friendship and relationship. It's crucial to communicate openly and honestly when faced with such situations, and you did just that. Your friend's defensive reaction and attempt to brush off her behavior as harmless teasing show a lack of understanding and respect for your feelings. However, by standing your ground and reiterating your expectations, you demonstrated assertiveness and a commitment to maintaining healthy boundaries in your relationships. It's important to address such issues directly rather than letting them fester and potentially cause further discomfort or tension in your friendship and relationship. Moving forward, continue to communicate openly with your friend and partner about boundaries and expectations to ensure a healthy and respectful dynamic among all parties involved. Next comment. Addressing your friend's flirtatious behavior towards your partner was necessary to maintain boundaries and respect in your relationship. From your description, it seems you handled the situation appropriately by expressing your discomfort calmly and directly to your friend. Your friend's behavior was crossing a line, and it was important to address it to prevent any further tension or discomfort. However, the manner in which you addressed it matters. If you approached the conversation with empathy and understanding, while also clearly communicating your feelings and boundaries, then you handled it well. It's crucial to express your concerns without attacking or blaming your friend, but rather by focusing on how their actions made you feel. In the end, it's about finding a balance between asserting your boundaries and maintaining the friendship. Your friend's reaction will also play a role in determining whether your approach was appropriate. If they respond defensively or negatively, it might be a sign of their own discomfort or unwillingness to acknowledge their behavior. Overall, it seems you acted reasonably in addressing the situation, but the effectiveness of your approach depends on the context and dynamics of your friendship.